Hello and welcome. You're joining us here at SUSECon in Prague. I'm joined by Sanjeet and Johan from ITQ. Hey guys, welcome to the show. So, we've got to talk about the dog first, Johan. We've got Q9 with us.
Yeah.
We were talking off camera, this is a use case for AI powered by SUSE. Tell us a little bit about this dog, because we can't go much further into this video without diving straight in.
Yeah, in very short, what we see is that a lot of our customers are investing in AI platforms, and as soon as the platform is there, they want to go to the next phase, right? So show value of the platform. And quite often they have a kind of a challenge getting inspired of what to do with it. So we bring in the dog, run like a hackathon or help them kind of to be inspired. Like, this is a piece of robot. It has an API. We build it for you. Now let's figure out ways to, get the dog fully empowered by your AI platform. And then creativity starts, use cases pop up. And as a result, we built 2 use cases into the dog that we're now showing this week. First is focused on traditional machine learning and deep learning, where we build and train our own model to recognize hand gestures. The idea came from my kids who have been taught sign language at school. And I don't know sign language, but I still wanted to kind of understand what they're showing. So as a result, being a nerd, I trained a model to recognize those gestures. So that's actually what we are showing with the dog as well. The dog can recognize those gestures, and in return, it does a trick.
Fantastic. So it's not so much about the dog that's a catalyst for innovation, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. No, it is a catalyst for innovation. And first of all, like showing that traditional kind of AI type of workload with a robot tied to it really shows, what is capable. But the second thing that we build, and that's even more awesome, is that the SUSE AI backend in our AI lab runs the consciousness of the dog. So we run 2 models, a large language model and a VLM, so a visual language model. And we use both to let it literally blog its adventures this week on LinkedIn. So it'll take a picture.
We've got AI. It's 2026, people. Yeah. We've got AI dogs blogging on LinkedIn. That's peak, I think.
It has its own LinkedIn page called Q9 the Dog. And
probably got more followers than I have.
I know. Well, no, a couple hundred right now.
Oh, okay.
It'll be showcased
I've
tomorrow.
Got competition.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's going to be in the keynote tomorrow. Where it's going to show that demo, actually. So we're going to...
That's blatant engagement farming.
Yeah.
That's just not fair. Yeah. Sanjeet, I mean, we're having some fun here.
Yes.
But there's a real story behind this. Johan's given us a sort of framework for innovation, really to break down those barriers. We've spent some time off camera this week in some of the analyst session. You've broken down for me and really helped what we at Hyperframe Research see as this execution gap. AI is important, but enterprises aren't there around getting it into production. Let's maybe ground this in some SUSE product.
Sure, let's talk about that.
Talk to me a little bit around how some of these innovative use cases are pulling through into enterprise deployments.
Yes. So this week we announced SUSE AI Factory with NVIDIA. What that is basically...
Congrats on the announcement.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, that was a
props. That
was a lot of work where we partnered with
Reese
NVIDIA.
Has aged.
Yes, absolutely.
There's some gray hair.
He still looks great, by the way. He still looks great. But...
Yes. So, but that's a platform that we brought to the market, which is supposed to help solve the production chasm, as you just touched upon that. Our enterprises are having a pretty difficult time going from POC to production. And that is what we are trying to solve. There are 3 chasms that we see in the market, 3 gaps that we see in the market that we are trying to solve. So what SUSE AI Factory tries to solve is that end-to-end development to scaled up production-ready workloads. What we are trying to do there is to allow developers to build something, start off with a pre-canned blueprint or a pre-canned use case, quickly adapt that blueprint to their own environment, and then upgrade it into a production-ready data center. And then when they can deploy it in production, it also gives them this ability to scale it up to a massive factory into a massive deployment, especially if you are talking about an edge location. Imagine a telco operator that has 1,000 nodes at the edge location. This is a perfect example of one of those edge locations.
Yep.
A dev can upload it to their small pre-prod type of an environment, and from there, in a GitOps fashion, you can deploy that to your 1,000 nodes once it's been fully tested out. That's one of the production chasms that we are trying to solve with this AI factory.
So Johan, I mean, how you're at that sort of innovation, cutting edge piece, how has this type of technology kind of enabled you to move these use cases forward? The devs are going to get wild. They're going to create these new use cases and these new applications. If you can summarize quickly for me, how does the SUSE tools kind of enable that transition?
Yeah, excellent question. I think one of the biggest challenges our customers are facing is time. Quite often, a CIO made a decision to invest in a platform, and now they want to see value. I presented a session yesterday about the dog and our approach to build those SUSE AI platforms. And one of the realization is that not a lot of customers have time, right? The CNCF landscape is a great landscape, has multiple projects available for you to build a platform. But on average, it takes 14 to 16 months to have such an enterprise-grade platform opinionated ready. And this is where all of the innovation come to play. Because if the hardware is there, the base layer is deployed, it enables now us to deploy those blueprints and get started with value at the get-go. We have, like on average, the most common use case is a virtual assistant that we tie into backend system. We can now deploy that in a couple of days instead of, a couple of months. So this brings massive value to us as a services company and enabling customers to build those use cases like, an integrated robot.
So Sanjay, is that experience that Johan talked about there, the months to weeks to days deployment sort of experience, what you're hearing from customers as a key driver as they look to deploy SUSE AI?
That's exactly the chasm that we were trying to solve, right? So as we see customers being able to iterate their production environments quickly, they want to be able to stay at the forefront of innovation. But that is a very developer-centric mindset. Imagine the platform folks. They are trying to make sure that there's no shadow AI happening in their environment. They're trying to make sure that the governance stays consistent. There are the same security principles that they want to apply in the data center can be applied at the edge. And that is what SUSE AI tries to enable across the entire landscape. We go all the way from a dev to a cloud, to a data center, to an edge environment, and provide the governance and the compliance and the security across all those specific different regions so that the devs can deploy their production. They can, without having to worry about how to tinker with the security or how to manage the security, because that is what prevents the fast getting to production.
Sanjay, you couldn't have provided a better summary. Thank you so much for being on the show, guys. You've been watching us here live from SUSECon in Prague. We've got AI dogs with LinkedIn profiles. Please click like, subscribe and share with a friend, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.